Well, good evening and welcome to the American Sim Racing League live at Kansas Speedway tonight. It's going to be a good one. A barn burner, maybe? I don't know. Maybe a track burner. We're going to find out, but it's going to burn something. This is a regular season finale, so after tonight, there's going to be 12 drivers starting next week that's going to be racing for a championship. So that's what Kansas is exciting without that added in. But if you add that in, now it's super exciting. Paint job's looking great out there tonight. A lot of good-looking cars, and I think we might have a driver or two in the field this week that we might not have seen last week. I'll have to go through there and look, and I know at least two drivers that I see through there. And I believe Johnny Avila might have missed last week, and he's back this week. So we got some guys that were out that have returned, and we got some guys that are going to have to work on getting ourselves into that top 12. I know one of the drivers that was in the top 12, and we're in a warm-up session now. So if you see your favorite driver going around, I wouldn't worry about it because it's just warm-up before the race. So don't stress what's going on now. This is just a warm-up session. About 7 minutes away from the official start here at Kansas Motor Speedway tonight. And, camera angles are awesome. They're showing us all the action. But there's the 31, driver the 31, Richard Holland. He's one of the ones I can think of that he was in that top 12 going into last week, and he missed last week, so that put that driver out, and I think I seen he was down around the 15th position. But we're going to go ahead and I'm going to pull up the points. So I'm going to take a look at these point standings right here. And I may just pull this over to the I might as well do that. I might as well just pull this over so you can see what I'm looking at right here. So we'll see if I can drag that over here or if it's going to be not a good situation, but I'm going to make the screen smaller. That way if I drag it over, I can get it back out of there. There we go, right there. So now we can make it a little bit larger for you. And we're going to take a look at the point standings, not just the top 12, but just outside of that. Because I do believe that this is where we're going to see the most action at tonight. So let's try to, I want to blow it up a little bit, but not too big, because I do not want it to affect getting it off the screen when we're done with it. But taking a look right here, you see Bentley Glaser at the top, Steve Yenish, Tyler Seville, Todd Cray, Joseph McWhorter, Justin Gann, Jeff Yenish, Jason Day, Hunter Waters, Jerry Cochran III, and Johnny Avila rounding out the top 12. But they may do a win that qualifies you here, because I think the list he sent me was slightly different. So we're going to take a look at that, and it is. So in the playoff points, and I don't have this on my computer screen. I wish I did, but I have to get it from my phone to be able to do that, and I can't do that right now. Not with the stream going, or it's going to mess things up here. So I can tell you the drivers that are there. That's the easiest way to do it. So on the playoff picture, after Bristol last week, you got Steve Yenish at the top, Joseph McWhorter in second. Those are qualified by wins and points position. Johnny Avila sitting in the third spot. You go back to the fourth spot, and it's Todd Cray. Then you got Jesse Bunnell, Bentley Glaser, Tyler Seville, Justin Gann, Jeff Yenish, Jason Day. That's your top 10. So the next two, in 11th, you got Hunter Waters, and then 12th, you got Jerry Cochran III. Now that 12th place is cut off. So if you look below that, you're going to have guys like Adam Matz. He's only 3 points off of that cutoff line. Levi Allen, he's 19 back. You got Richard Holland. He dropped out last week. He's 28 back now. So he's 28 points back. And realistically, I'm going to stop at, or is he 29 points? It looks like 28. So I'm going to stop at Holland because when you got anyone past that, you're 42, 48, 63 points, and they're just not going to make up enough to make it in tonight. But I'll tell you what, a win could qualify that. So one of these guys down here, and you can't count out, Landon Cardulo, Chuck Sweeting. You can't count out drivers like that because we know they're capable, or the bootlegger, Tommy Haynes even, Cody Williams. There's so many drivers outside of this top 12 that's capable of getting a win here at Kansas tonight that it really, it's hard to say, that coveted 12th spot couldn't be from any of these guys, any of these drivers out here. And who knows? I mean, maybe we take a look at the 5-car here, Gary May. Maybe it's going to be Gary May. He might be the surprise here at Kansas tonight. He might find his way into victory lane, and that'll lock him in to that top 12. So we're going to have to see. There's a lot of things going on with the points, but I can tell you afterwards that they're going to get the points to me when I'm doing the interview, so I'm going to know what the playoff picture looks like and who's locked in. So we're going to see that, and when I got the stream up and going early, I want to wish Jeff Yinish a happy birthday tomorrow. And if YouTube, if you don't mind, if you're getting into the chat here, you want to wish Jeff a happy birthday, that'd be awesome. And we're just taking a look at a few cars. We got about 1:44 left, and I don't know, maybe we'll do an interview with someone here. Got to find someone that's not completely muted out. I'm going to get one of our new drivers. John Sanu, Vern Bradley up in the broadcast booth. You got a copy, buddy? I don't think I moved him where I needed to. I'm not in there. John Sanu, Vern Bradley up in the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, Vern.
All right, week number 2 for you, right, or 3?
2.
That's right, 2. Man, you had a solid car last week. You just ran into a little bit of bad luck, John. Tell me what you got at Kansas tonight.
I don't have quite the horse I had last week here at Kansas. I'm struggling a little bit, but because of the incident last week, I start in the back anyhow, so it'll give me a chance to try to find a little better line that I've got right now and see if I can't just keep it clean and hopefully work my way slowly forward, nice and clean.
Yeah, so how do you like the racing here at American Sim Racing League since you've joined up and started racing last week?
Oh, I like it. These guys are fast. These guys are clean. Same that what I'm seeing over in WFO just this last season too. A lot of good hard chargers, clean racing, and I'll be honest, I'm here just like I am in WFO just to learn what I can and try to get better. And I think I'm gonna be able to pick some stuff up here like I do in the other league as well. It's looks like a good group of guys here, good drivers.
Well, I'll tell you, John, last week you were looking a lot like a pro, and there were even times that I thought the 86 car might have a shot of winning that thing.
Well, I'll tell you, I'll be honest with you, I did too. I had that car, I had a line figured out where that car felt neutral on entry, exit. I wasn't pushing the car at all, and I was holding my own pretty good. I was really looking forward to that till that small little mistake on the restart, and it just it all went down from there. But yeah, I had a good car last week.
Well, you got a little bit of work to do to get up there, but I'll tell you, if it's anything like last week, I think you're going to find your way up there in short order, John. So go out there and good luck to you, buddy. You have anyone you want to give a shout out to while we got you in the booth here?
Actually, let me throw a shout out to Mom and Dad. I actually haven't had them start watching this league yet, but they'll probably be watching. So, Mom, Dad, hi.
Well, there you go, John. Good luck to you, buddy.
Cool. Thank you, Vern. I appreciate it.
Yep. All right, so John's the new driver of the 86, and these drivers are lining up. So we got a starting lineup we're going to have to do. Get up to the front of the field. And we'll get our intro going here, our background. Let's see here. Grid background will work. And let's pull our grid up. Starting P1 tonight. Fastest car in qualifying, that's the 96 car of Jesse Bennell. To his outside in P2, though, Jessica will like to see this. That's Todd Cray in the 21 car. Starting third here tonight's going to be the number 75 of Chuck Sweeting. And to his outside in fourth, you're going to see the 7 car of Hunter Waters. Starting fifth tonight, Justin Gann in the 30 car. Into his outside in sixth, that's going to be Levi Allen right there in the 97 car. Richard Holland, a little bit of work to do, starting in the 7th spot if he wants to make that top 12 and qualify for the chase for the championship. Got his work cut out. Right next to him, though, in 8th, you'll find a 90 car of Kyle Bromer. Starting 9th tonight, that'll be Bentley Glaser in the number 24 car. And to his outside in 10th, you're going to find the 53 of Thomas McBride. 11th tonight's Adam Matz in the 9 car. Tyler Seville's 11 car will take off in the 12th position. 13th, you're going to see that 02 car right there. 13th will be the 13 car of Jeff Yinish, and his outside is the 02 of David Kamara. 15th tonight, Cody Williams in the 12 car. And to his outside in 16th, it's a bootlegger, Tommy Haynes in the 17 car. 17th tonight, Jason Day in the 52 machine. And to his outside in 18th, that's going to be the 93 of Patrick DeSalinier. Starting 19th, the guy on the bubble in points. That's right, the 72 car, Jerry Cochran III, needs a good run here tonight. And his outside in 20th, that's going to be the 37 car of Dylan Winters. The Coupe, Bradley Cooper, will pull off on the 21st position in the 25 car. And in 22nd will be the 46 of Ray Polking. Starting 23rd here tonight, Gary May, the gentleman right there in the 5 car. And to his outside in 24th is going to be the 86 of John Sanu. 25th will be Charlie Woods in the 40. And to his outside in 26th, we'll see Stephen Ayers Jr. driving the 62 car tonight. So we'll go back there. Grid again, and 27 is going to be the 63 of Johnny Avila. To his outside in 27th will be the 27 car, last week's winner, Steve Yinish. 29th tonight, Bailey Dutton in the 26th, and then 30th is going to be the 91 of Levi Poland. And that's going to do it for your starting grid here tonight. We're going to get back to the front because we're green flagging racing right here at Kansas with the American SimRacing League. Hard to believe that we've made it to the regular season finale. And then next week's going to start a chase for the championship. All the cars are going to be out here, but 12 guys are going to be battling for a championship here this season with the Xfinity car. And I'm looking at this battle right here. Justin Gann, 31 of Richard Holland. And I'll tell you, Holland looks like he's got a race car here. He knows he needs a good run to get back inside that top 12. He's 28 points out. You know, what we have, like 30 cars maybe, 31. So the driver of the 31 car is going to need a good run to make up those points, and he's going forward. Holland just went around Gann for a position, and my timing and scoring screen's messed up, so we're going to fix that real quick. And I believe that 4th position, actually. So the 31 car on the move here early as he's catching up to the back of the 90 car, but your race leader, Jesse Bunnell, in the 96 car. And this guy is trying to break away. So Bunnell's trying to get away from it, and Chuck Sweeting in the 75. You see Chuck running the traditional line around Kansas. When I say traditional, that's because for the longest time you ran the car at the wall. And that's where it was the fastest at, you know, running up by that wall. And maybe when the tires wear a little bit here, we'll see more of that. But Sweeting is looking like he's starting to cut into that lead the 96 car has. In a pass for third, Richard Holland, 31 car. This guy started back in 7th, and he's been on fire since a green flag drop. 31 of Holland's going forward, and I don't know if that's good for tire saving or what, but he's making it work. We get back in the top 10, though. I see a bootlegger there in the 17 car trying to move forward. Haynes sitting in the 12th spot. He's going to go around the 7 of Hunter Waters right now. He's going to have Tyler Seville in the 11 car in tow. This is back here 11th, 10th, 11th, and 12th. You got Jeff Yenish right there in the 89 car. He's holding on to the top 10 spot. And don't forget, wish Jeff Yenish a happy birthday. His birthday's tomorrow, so we want to make sure we wish him a happy birthday here on the stream tonight. In the 75 car right up at the wall, this is going to be a battle for the lead if he can get up there. But I'll tell you, the 96 car doing a great job working the bottom of the track. He's able to maintain about 2/3 of a second over the 75 car. And the bottom is a shorter way around, and you go back 3 or 4 years ago and you couldn't run the bottom at Kansas. If you did, you got freight trained. So you had to run up at the top. So it's really good that you got multiple grooves here, and we see them, and both grooves are competitive. As Sweeting once again goes right to the top, and the 96 goes right to the bottom of the track. Richard Holland, though, sitting back there a little bit distant in third. He's about a second behind your top two. So Holland trying to do what he needs to do to lock himself into the top 12. You think some of these guys might have practiced? I can guarantee you they did. You get that practice in. If you want to get in the top 12, you know it's the final race and your final shot to do it. Well, you're going to do everything you can, and you're going to be up on the wheel when the green flag drops. And maybe you got to have a little bit of luck that goes your way, but I really think that we're going to just sit down, buckle up, because it's going to be exciting racing. 30 car right there taking a spot. Justin Gann. Gann around Kyle Bromer in the 90. That's going to put Gann right up there in the fourth position. The 90 car rounding out the top 5, but it looks like the 21 of Todd Cray might have something to say about that sooner than later. And more sooner than later, actually. The 21 car closing up now on the 90. Take a couple of little bit different camera views here. Looks like everything's going good on the stream so far. Knock on wood. We don't want to mess that up. Don't want to jinx ourselves here. So Bromer holding on to the top 5, but if you look there, Todd Cray able to get a really good run. Running the top of the track, and he's right there. Cray's going to get a fender on the outside. He's going to stay on the high side of the track here. He's got the 24, though, Bentley Glacier right behind him. Mountain Dew machine. Oh, 90 gets loose. And that's something we got to watch for on these as the tires get wear. We're 11 laps into the run. And something that we got to keep out for is maybe the car getting a little bit loose on corner exit on old tires. So 90 car got a little loose there. Now he's going to lose another spot possibly to the 24 car, Bentley Glacier. Glacier working the top side of the track. 90 car working the bottom side here. You see David Kamara looking to see how this is going to shake out. Meanwhile, back up front, the lead is stretched out to 0.3 of a second. And Jesse Bonnell, your race leader, is still working the inside of the racetrack, running that inside line right down on the white line in the corner. And it looks like it's faring better for him as Chuck Sweeting's kind of stayed towards the top in the 75 car. And he's faded back just a little bit, but we'll have to see how this works out. We'll have to see if the leader in that 96 starts moving up or not. So Jesse Bonnell, I believe he was one of the ones that were pretty safely in the top 12. In fact, we're going to go through the points and look here. Yeah, he's sitting 5th in points, and he's got a win already this season, so he's locked. He is locked in, but these other guys, even Justin Gann, Gann's got a win. He's locked too. So Bonnell and Gann are pretty much locked. And there's some other guys down here. No, Gann doesn't have a win yet, so he's not technically locked, but Bonnell is. There we go. So Sweeting, that's one of the drivers that could take advantage here. Chuck Sweeting's sitting down in 21st, but he doesn't have enough starts, I don't believe, because you have to have 7 starts. So he's in the red there. Jason Mullis as well. And I don't believe Tommy Haynes is going to have enough starts either. So some of them guys don't have the starts to be qualified, and we are under caution. We have to figure out what happened. Looks like I might have found a car that possibly was headed the wrong direction. Right here. I think we're going to find out. What put us under caution number 1, contact with the outside wall. And a little help from behind, and that's going to put this 93 car hard in the outside wall. And we are going to lap 16. Caution flag number 1 on the racetrack. Meanwhile, up front, what's your leaders going to do? Anybody coming to pit road? Someone going to take advantage of this? We'll find out. Oh, what other information do I need? Stage break is going to be at 50 laps, so we're a little bit away from that. They can go 56 laps per tank of fuel. And they have 3 extra sets of tires besides the tires they started with. So we'll see who chooses to do what here. Maybe somebody will go take 2 tires, and some of these guys will probably just stay out until the stage break, if I had to guess. Oh, you see a taker right there, though. 90 car of Kyle Bromer. 02 car. David Kamara, both of them on pit road here. So some of these drivers are going to take advantage of it, and that'll give some of these guys behind them a shot to move up a couple of positions. But, you know, I kind of want to get back there again. I wish I would have stayed with those guys. I'm waiting to see if I see it go on a jack, and not necessarily. It looks like the 90 may actually have a little damage here. So the 53 car's on pit road 2. Yeah, some of those guys, you look at the back of the 02, he's got damage, and I think a lot of that was caused by checking up and moving around, you know, with the what happened with the 93 car. So I think some of them got checked up and bottlenecked right there trying to get around and got a little bit of damage on their cars, so they're going to use the pit stop to get the cars fixed up here. And your race leader, and he's been your race leader since the drop of the green flag. That's the 96 car, Jesse Bennell. So let's take a look under caution, have a little bit of fun, and see who the previous winners were at Kansas with the American SimRacing League. And one of those previous winners, let's see where he's at right now. That's going to be the 9 car of Adam Matz. And Matz is sitting back there in the, what position here? 7th. So he's in the 7th position. And Matz did that in 2021 in the Xfinity car. So in the very same car in 2021, Adam Matz won. In 2022, in the trucks, was a different driver. And if we go back to 27th, we're going to find that driver. That's going to be the 63 car of Johnny Avila. He won in 2022 in the spring in the trucks, and he won again in the fall in the Cup car. So Johnny Avila's got a couple of wins at American SimRacing League at Kansas Motor Speedway. So drivers to look out for. Obviously, we got more than that to look out for. This driver right here, 30 car, Justin Gann. He's been strong the past 2 or 3 weeks. And I'll tell you, if somebody can go up there and wrestle a win away, I'm going to say it's the 30 car tonight. I'd have bets on that. But, man, you can't count out the driver of the 21 car, Todd Cray. Todd Cray's up there week in and week out. Cray is up towards the front. So he's going to be one that's really hard to handle here tonight. So it's going to be exciting. I mean, that's what makes it exciting when you got so many drivers here at the American SimRacing League in this series that are capable of winning. And then you got guys like the 31 car right there, Richard Holland, that that says, hey, you know, I can seal the deal tonight and I can make the top 12. And he fought his way up to the third spot, but he's got a little bit more work to do if he's going to wrestle the lead away. You got Chuck Sweeting in the 75 car working the high side, and it's really cool, the first and second car, to see the different grooves they're using. The leader has been on that white line on the bottom since the drop of the green flag 19 laps ago. The 75 car right up at the wall, running the traditional Kansas line. Literally, when the caution come out, they were 0.4 of a second apart. So that's how we'll put that into perspective here as you see the cars are 2 by 2 getting ready for a restart on lap 19. And once again, we're going to have stage break at lap 50 tonight. So pace cars in the Geico restart zone now, and we're back to green flag racing just like that. 75 or 96 car getting a heck of a jump right here on this restart. And now the battles for second. Richard Holland going after the 75 car, going to try to take advantage of him. I don't know if he's clear of him. 75 getting a run down the straightaway, but Holland's going to send it off a little bit deeper in the corner. And that's going to move the 31 car to second, and he's going to take the 30 car with him. However, the 30 could not clear the 75 car. So the battle's on. The 96 of Bonnell's leading it. The 31 of Richard Holland taking the second spot, or second position on the restart. And Gann able to clear the 75 and move up to third. Really good racing right here. And I can tell you one of those drivers, that driver in second, is fighting to lock himself back into the top 12 after missing last week at Bristol. So he's got his work cut out for him because the 96 car, he's led all 22 of the circuits around here. And this driver's bad fast tonight. Look at him just move the car right down to the white line in the center of the corner. Holding a pretty wheel. We're going to go on board with him just so you can see what it's like around here. Go to the end car right there. This is a race leader, Jesse Bonnell, lap 22. Look how nice and smooth he is on the wheel. No sudden movements with it. The car's just nice and smooth. Not upsetting it. Doesn't look like he's using too much right front turning in here. If anything, the car's a little bit free coming off the corner. So that's a lap around here with your race leader. Richard Holland in the 31. He's going to move up to the high side of the racetrack. He's got about 0.8 of a second if he wants to catch that 96 car. Actually, your next couple of drivers here. The 30 car, Justin Gann, he's working the top side of the track too. And then you got the 75 of Sweeting working the top as well. He's back and forth. Let's go ahead and pull up that thing right there, and we're going to continue on and do it through the field right here. Because the driver in fifth now, in the top 5, that's going to be Bailey Dutton in the 26 car. So Bailey using the bottom of the track. Looks like he knows how to get around Kansas Speedway here because he's gaining on that 75 car. Todd Cray, 21 car, sitting back in the 6th position. He's got company back there, though. We'll talk about that 9 car in a second. Adam Matz, actually, we'll do it right now. Matz in the 9 car previous winner here. Sitting right there in the 7th spot, putting a lot of pressure on the 21 car. And he's going to look to the inside now, and this is for the 6th position. So Matt's trying to wrestle that away right now from the 21 of Todd Cray, but the momentum from the 21 car coming from that outside line. Little too big for the 9 car to overcome. Let's go back one more. 8th position, you're going to find Bentley Glaser in the 24 car. The Mountain Dew machine. Bentley all jacked up on Mountain Dew out there. I don't know. Just made that up. So let's move on to Hunter Waters right here in the 9th position driving the 7 car. And this is a good battle. Just inside the top 10, man, and these drivers are going at it. Move back, and the last driver holding on to the top 10 is going to be the 89 car right there, Jeff Yenish. And I don't know how long he's going to be holding on to it because he's battling right now with the 11 of Tyler Seville, and the 11 car being scored in the 11th position. But Tyler up there fighting to get that thing inside the top 10 here. Go back to the 12th position. You're going to find the 37 car right here of Dylan Winters. And Winters is battling with that Alltel machine. The 12th car to his outside is going to be Cody Williams in the 13th position. So they're battling all over the racetrack. The driver on the bubble in points that needs to have him a decent run here tonight, if he is going to move on in the championship, is Jerry Cochran III in the 72 car. So Jerry sitting back here in the 14th spot. Got a little bit of work to do, but plenty of time to do it. Working lap 29 of 134. Go back to the 15th position. We're going to find the 97 car of Levi Allen. Where's Levi at in points? I get to some of these drivers, and I'm like, where are they at in points? So we'll go back here and just take a look. 14th, 19 points out. So Levi Allen in the 14th spot. He's 19 out, which is feasible. He's just got some positions to work for and make up here. And then John Sanu, strong last week, sitting in the 16th position right now. That was from the back of the field up to 16th. So John's definitely got the 86 car pointed in the right position now. We'll go back to 17th. That's going to be the 91 car of Levi Poland. Poland in the 17th spot. I'm going back one more to Charlie Woods because it looks like Charlie got into the outside wall a little bit, got the car out of shape, but he's going to save it, correct it, and all's going to be good. We're going to find, I think we were on the 97 of Levi Allen possibly, who's now in the 15th position. Johnson knew Charlie Woods been covered. Let's go back here to 18th, find the 25 car, the Coupe, Bradley Cooper. He's got a little bit of work to do. He's working on a spot right now. He's trying to get around that 40 car, Charlie Woods. And then back in 19th, Johnny Avila, two-time Kansas winner at American Sim Racing League. But Avila has got to get that 63 car moving in the forward momentum direction. So Levi Poland's 91 is going to move back to 20th, and he's under fire from the 17 right here, the bootlegger Tommy Haynes. Call him the bootlegger because, well, that's what's on the bootlegger's car. Bootlegger. So I'm going to go back to 22nd. I'm going to find the driver of the 90 car of Kyle Bromer. He had a little bit of trouble early on, brought out caution flag number 1, but looks like Bromer got her tuned up as best they could down on pit road. And he's riding in the 22nd spot. Back in 23rd is going to be the 46 of Ray Polking. Polking started 22nd, riding in 23rd. Still early in the race, 100 laps to go. So he's plenty of time for some of these drivers to get up there. As we go back to 24th and find the 53 car Thomas McBride. McBride, another one, he actually started in the top 10. And he was one of the cars I seen on pit road that had a little bit of damage. So that put the driver of the 53 a little behind, and he's going to have some work to do here. And I go back here, and I'll find the 52 car of Jason Day. And Day, I think, was one of the guys I seen up there in points pretty good. Jason Day, top 10 in points. So he's not completely safe from drivers like Adam Matz, possibly, or even Levi Allen that have, well, he's safe from probably Allen, but not Matz. Matt's only 3 points out coming into here. He's in the top 10 now, so this could get good. 26th position is going to be the 5 car, the gentleman Gary May right here. Gary keeping the car clean, and that's one of the signature things of the driver of that 5 car. That paint usually looks as good at the checkered flag as it did on the starting grid. Gary, a really good driver. He's working for a spot, though. And he's going to pick one up. He's going to move Gary May up to 24th. Meanwhile, we're going to head back here to 26th, and we're going to find the 0-2 car of David Kamara. This is a car I seen battling in the top 5 earlier. The 0-2 car at the start of the race, and a little bit of damage on the back of that car, and I believe it might be affecting that driver's car here. As the 0-2 started 14th, he's right now back in the 26th position. I'm going to go back to 27th. We'll talk about this driver a little bit. That's going to be Stephen Ayers Jr. in the 62 car. He started 26th. He's riding in 27th. The car does have a little damage, but it doesn't look like it's too bad off. And we're early in the race. So Stephen Ayers Jr. out there making laps and having fun. And that's what it's all about. As we go back to 28th position, last car on the track. That's going to be the 37 car Dylan Winters right here. And he has got it on pit road, getting a little work done on it. Probably some extended work. And we're going to get back to the front. Your race leader, still. I don't think our ticker's working. We'll move over here, and I don't believe that's working either. There we go. That's working. Now we'll go to the top and get that working again. So Jesse Bennell, 96 car, your race leader right now. Not just right now. This driver's led all 39 laps so far here at Kansas tonight. And he started up there. He's still up there. And I assure you that he's got all intentions of finishing up there. We go back to second, the 31 car, Richard Holland. He's about a second behind your race leader right now, so Holland's got a little work to do. But I'm going to cruise back here to third, where we're going to find the 75 of Chuck Sweeting. Because Sweeting's got Bailey Dutton. He's got Tyler Seville. They're right there. Dutton in the 26 car, working the bottom of the track, and looks like he's gaining ground possibly on the 75 car, who's committed to the top side. So as these tires wear, or as the track takes on rubber, tell me which line is going to be better. Is it going to be the bottom groove or the top groove? I don't know. I mean, we see drivers using both lines and really making some, especially the race leader, just making a lot of ground up there. He has 1.1 seconds over second place. And I think he just put the 62 a lap down. So Stephen Ayers Jr. and 27th going to go a lap down out here. But this driver in second, man, I mean, you can't say enough about this guy. He's doing everything he possibly can here at Kansas tonight to lock himself in the top 12. Richard Holland in the 31. He started back in, I don't know, somewhere around 7th maybe. This will tell me. Yes, exactly 7th. So he started in the 7th position. He's currently up in the 2nd spot. And he's doing everything he can because he needs to make up 28 points here tonight. The best way to do that, win it. But if you can't win it, at least finish second and give yourself a fighting chance. But right now, I believe a driver that may be doing what's actually he's not, because Jerry Cochran in the 72 car, he must have heard me. That 72 car's been headed forward, and he's got himself in the top 10. He's going to try to go for the 9th position, too, as he tries to make a pass on the 7 of Hunter Waters. And the 72 car is the driver on the bubble, so he was in the 12th position in points. And Adam Matz was only 3 points behind him. But Jerry Cochran III got around Adam Matz. Matz is sitting back here in 11th now. So the 9 car is, he might be on the outside looking in. And Holland almost to, if the 9 and the, if the 9 car and the 72 car have a good run here tonight, the 31's going to need to win it. So if both those drivers have a good run, and you know the 9 car is 3 points out looking in at the start of this thing, and the 31 car 28 points. So the 9 car, 3 points a little bit easier to make up. 28 points, a little bit more difficult. And especially when you have, what we have, 29 take the field here tonight. So we're going to have to see how that works out for Richard Holland. He's hanging in there strong. He's about a second behind the race leader. He's committed to working the top side of the track. Changeover for third, though, the 11 car, just like the race leader. Tyler Seville's working the bottom groove. And he's able to get around Chuck Sweeting. And he's going to set his sights on the second position. He's got about 1.5 seconds behind that second place driver. And we're lap 47 right now. So in a few laps here, we're going to have our regularly scheduled stage break. That's going to come at lap 50 here at Kansas tonight. There's our second place driver, 0.8 of a second now. So he's able to shave off a tenth or two here and there on the race leader, and he stayed pretty committed to the outside of the racetrack. And I wondered, since they can go about 56 laps on a tank of fuel, I mean, we know that the gas tanks are getting a little bit lower. I wondered how the tires might fall off. But I'll tell you, that race leader has been working the bottom groove since the green flag dropped. And it doesn't look like he's lost anything. In fact, he's gained for the most part. But I'll tell you, down here in 3 and 4, it looks like the 31's able to gain a little bit. And then he loses a little more in 1 and 2. So about a lap away now from getting to the end of the stage break. And this is going to be important, too, because remember, your top 10 score points. So in 10th right now is going to be Bentley Glacier. But nope, 37 car is not a battle. His next competitor is going to be the 12 car. So Glacier has got a little bit of distance over him. So your top 10, Jesse Bennell, Richard Holland, Tyler Seville, Chuck Sweeting, Bailey Dutton, Justin Gann, Jeff Yenish, Jerry Cochran III, Hunter Waters, and Bentley Glacier. Those are the drivers looking to score points in stage in the first and only stage here. So 96 car looking to score the most points. But that 31 car, definitely valuable points for this driver. He needs all he can get. Tyler Seville right here. 11 car running in the third spot, so he's going to score points. And I'm waiting for that caution. It should be coming pretty quickly. There it is. Stage break caution right there. Jesse Bennell winning that stage. 31 car Richard Holland second. 11 car Tyler Seville third. Fourth was the 75 of Chuck Sweeting, and fifth the 26 of Bailey Dutton. 30 car Justin Gann in sixth. Jeff Yenish 89 in seventh. In eighth, the 72 of Jerry Cochran. The third, and in ninth, the 7 car Hunter Waters. And rounding out the top 10 in the final points scoring position is the 24 car Bentley Glacier. So that's going to put us under stage break number 1. And I'm sure a lot of these guys are coming to pit road. So while they do that, I'm going to take a little pause for the cause, and I'll be right back. All right, just as fast as I left, I'm back. And if I didn't introduce myself earlier, I'm Vern with the WFO Racing Network here tonight. And you are watching the American SimRacing League live at Kansas Speedway. Regular season finale. Let's get excited. Let's see the chat get going a little bit. Been kind of quiet. Nobody talking to me in there. I don't know who's watching, who's tuned in. Say hello. Put your favorite driver in the chat right there on YouTube, and we'll make sure we put the camera on that driver and talk about that driver a little bit. And heck, I'd probably even pull the driver up here under a caution flag. Didn't have time this time. Had to take a little pause for the cause. That happens every once in a while. Too many liquids through your body and too much information. We'll stop right there. So regular season finale next week starts the chase. 12 drivers going to race for a championship here. All the drivers, though, all 30 or 40 of them, however many start, they're going to race for a win in each race. And I believe there's 7 of them. I believe. I'll pull that up real quick. Take a look at it. I do want to thank each and every one of you for tuning into the stream here tonight. And I know all the drivers do too, but chat it up, you know. It's kind of quiet in the chat a little bit, so make a little noise in there. Give the drivers something to read later on when they rewatch the race. They're going to line up 2 by 2, and the lights are out on the pace car. We'll go green next time by. I'm going to take a look at the schedule real quick. Yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 championship races, and it's all going to start next week at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Exciting. Get my chair straightened out here, get turned around, a little bit more comfortable position. Working lap 55 right here with the American SimRacing League's Elite Series. Xfinity cars here at Kansas Speedway tonight. Your leader, he's been up there since the drop of the green flag, 96 car Jesse Bunnell. 31 of Richard Holland, P2 pace cars in. They'll restart in the Geico restart zone right here. And we're back to green flag racing on lap 55 of 134 here at Kansas. Jesse Bunnell getting a little bit of a push, but I'll tell you what, the 11 car looks like he might want the lead. He's going to move up to P2. He had a little pressure there. Holland losing some positions as the 30 again's going after him now. Sometimes on these restarts, if you get caught on the outside, oh, somebody in the chat there, if we're going to count that person, I believe I owe you a happy birthday too, brother. Nation 01 turned 21. Don't you wish, Nation? Man, look at Holland on the 31 fighting back. Using the middle of the track and just rocketing by the 11 to go back to the second position. So I'm wondering if that driver in the 31 car learned something on the first run. He's running a different groove, and he's running the race leader down right now. So Holland is on the gas. Lap 57 restart. I don't know if he's pushing the tires more to try to maybe get around that race leader. But Richard Holland finding a little bit of magic out there right now. Trying to make it work. 26, yeah. I'm buying right into that one, Nation. Right into it. I think we might get a battle for the lead right here. That 31 car's there, but I'll tell you what, the 26 car, Bailey Dutton, maybe he's a driver we should all be looking out for right now. The 31 of Holland, for the first time this race, has a driver been able to put pressure on that 96 car. And Richard Holland in the 31 car's there. So he knows what he needs to do. He scored good valuable stage points there. He's got a fender, possibly? You're kidding me. Richard Holland in the 31 pulling up beside the 96 car for the race lead. Lap 60. And there it is. The pass for the lead has happened. This driver is doing what he needs to do. He was on the outside looking in when this race started. But if he finished in this position right here, that driver in the 31 car would lock himself into the top 12. And that could happen here tonight. Let's see. I don't know. The 96 car, Bunnell, started P1. He's been strong the entire race. And I honestly didn't think anyone had anything for this driver. And a lap 60 restart showed me the driver of the 31 car might have learned something. But this driver, I wouldn't count this driver out because he has been doing nothing but moving forward. Started 29th on the field. Okay? The driver of the 26 car, Bailey Dutton, started 29th in the field tonight. You see him sitting in the third position right now. So this is the car that I would be keeping an eye on, the 26 car, Bailey Dutton. What car is Nation keeping an eye on? We got to get the chat going, Nation. You got to do something to fire the whole YouTube chat up. I don't think Nation's turned 26 in over 26 years. Maybe 47 years, Nation. But we know, we have an idea how old you might be. 96 car's not letting that 31 car go anywhere. 31 car's using the bottom of the racetrack here. I'll tell you what, the 31 car's used about every inch of the racetrack to get up there to the front tonight. I don't believe that's necessarily true. That 96 car, though, boy, I'll tell you, he's not going nowhere. And you got that driver that's dominated this thing in your mirror, and that's going to make you nervous. So you got to be careful not to make a mistake. But Holland, nothing to lose here. He was 28 points out. He's trying to lock himself into the chase. So really go for it. If you find something out there, use it. Use every bit of it. Use every inch of it. That's what winning races is about. And he's going to open up the bottom. The 96 car is going to pull right up there. And he's going to work a position on the 31 car now. And just like that, Jesse Bunnell in the 96 car using that bottom groove going right back to the front. And I don't know if the 31 might have made the tires a little bit angry here. Making an early run, but he's going to go right back to the top of the racetrack. While the 96 goes right back into the sunset. So Jesse Bunnell's got it on cruise control up front. Bailey Dutton dropped off just a little bit, but I'm telling you, do not count the driver of the 26 car out. He come from the 29th position to get up here in the top three. And I would almost say that he could be saving on some tires a little bit. 67 laps in of 134. We're probably going to see him on pit road one more time. But this driver, Cody Williams, 12th car. Where did Cody come from? It was back there. 15th position. So the driver of the 12 Alltel car starting 50. I can't even talk tonight, Nation. You see what you did to me? So Cody Williams started back there in the 15th spot, sitting in the top 5 right now. And Jeff Yenish, he's going to celebrate a birthday tomorrow. Try to celebrate a race win tonight. He's riding in the 4th spot in the 89 car, having a great run here at Kansas Speedway. And where is last week's winner? Let's go through the field. I see another driver working his way up too, but we'll get to that in a minute. Oh. Do we want to talk about where the driver of the 63's at? I think you are, Nation. I'm definitely not. I'm not going to say that I didn't wish I was, but I'm not. 63 car, Johnny Avila, 8th position right now. Avila, a 2-time winner with the American SimRacing League at Kansas Speedway. So I would be stupid to count this driver out. I'm going to tell you that right now. Jerry Cochran, though, on the bubble. Coming into this thing, he scored some valuable stage points on lap 50 at the end of that stage. But I'll tell you, the 72 car's got to do work to keep the, he's got to keep this driver. Well, where did he go? Adam Matz in the 9 car. He was 3 points out. So he's got to finish about 3 or 4 positions, maybe even 5 ahead of the 72 car now. So Matt's a little bit of work to do as he's working through here. He's up to the 19th spot as he gets around the 5 car. And there's Tommy Haynes right there in the 17 working on the 91 car, Levi Poland. This is the 17th and 18th positions on the racetrack. And any of those drivers that had a little bit of damage under that stage break, that give those drivers an opportunity to get the car worked on a little bit, get it fixed up a little bit more. Who knows, maybe get the aerodynamics dialed in a little bit better. And we'll have to see if some of these drivers can move forward here in the second half of the race, as we are just over the halfway point here at Kansas Speedway with the American SimRacing League. And I'm Vern Bradley in a broadcast booth tonight. And I'm just Vern in the broadcast booth. No one else, no one with me. 24 car on the outside wall. Well, it's a Mountain Dew car, so I'm going to assume it would be the 24, and I believe it was, and it was. So the 24 car Bentley Glacier making a little bit of contact with the outside wall. You can see damage on the back of the car, too. I'm going to have to go to a different... Oh, yeah. But Diet Mountain Dew got a nice little ding in the back, and I'll take a look there. I kind of want to see the right side, but it just doesn't want to show it to me. Different camera angles sometimes will give you the right side, but I'm going to use them, but I'm not seeing it. I just have no good cameras here at Phoenix tonight. Oh, that's nothing. Pit lane right there. Well, I'll see a little bit, but they're going too fast. Take a view from the helicopter. And go on with the blimp right here. So just working through using a little bit of different cameras here at Kansas tonight. Regular season finale was before next week when we start the chase, the 7-race chase to crown a champion. That's going to start at New Hampshire Speedway. Man, it is Kansas, bro. That's right. This is the lead the 96 has. I don't have to say any more. Enough is said right here on this camera view. You see second and third to the far right of your screen if you're lucky. That 96 car, he's got another gear at Kansas Speedway tonight. And he's using it. He's, in fact, using that other gear. So Jesse Bonnell, he started P1, and he's been there since the drop. Well, not entirely true anymore. He is gone, Nation. He's done checked out. And I'll tell you, I seen the 26 car closing up there. He's using the bottom of the track now, and he's under fire. So the 26 dropped back a little bit in 89. Jeff Yinish. I'm telling you, the guy wants to celebrate a win tonight and a birthday tomorrow. And he's working hard to do it. Yinish is going to the 3rd spot here. He's going to get around Bailey Dutton's 26 car. And he's going to say, hasta la Winnebago. I'm out of here. That's going to put him on the podium right there. So Jeff Yenish having a great run. Here at Kansas Speedway tonight. Second spot, that's still going to be filled by that driver, the 31 car, Richard Holland. And Holland trying to do what he can to secure a win and stamp his name into the chase here this season with the American Sim Racing League's Elite Series. I'm going to go back here to Sweeting. Sweeting was up front early. He started P2, but he's faded back a little bit as this thing's went on. He's back in the 7th spot now. One position behind Cody Williams there in the 12th car. And this driver of the 12th car, he's been using this wheel for his steering wheel for just over a week. I'm very impressed with the way he's picking up with that thing. Yeah, neither have I, Nation. It's probably the first time that I've seen a driver of that 31 car out here. No. I haven't followed him around Kansas enough, apparently. But the driver of the 12th car, new direct drive wheel. And it looks like he's starting to get the thing figured out, and that might be not good for the competition when he does. I was looking for the 86 car. He looked like he was going forward earlier, but he's riding back here in about the 20th position. He said that he was out here learning last week and this week, and we're under caution. So we're going to find out what happened by using our instant replay. And that's what happened. We got a race car going the wrong direction on lap 82. Oh, 2 race cars going the wrong direction and heavy contact in the infield. Wow. So pretty heavy contact for those 2 drivers, and we got one just right through the infield. And he maybe head the wrong direction in the infield too, but he's going to get it turned around here, it looks like, and he's going to point it in possibly the right direction here. But we are going to be under caution. So we're going to go forward right there. And I'm looking in the top 10. Just outside of it. With the way the stage points are awarded, a guy don't know how that top 12 and what drivers are going to fall into what position until this is over. And they send me the updated points, and I'll be able to tell you the 12 drivers that are locked into the chase start next week. So I don't want to be premature on that because I know the 72 was in the 8th, 9th, or 10th position at the end of the stage, so he scored some points there. As these drivers are going to head to pit road, and it looks like about all of them are going to head to pit road. Your race leaders as well, 96 car on pit road. And let's see jacks go up. Does just the right sides go up? I see the 31 up in the air, 96 up in the air, so we got 75 up in the air. And now the left side's on the 31 back there up in the air, and now the 96. And look at that, though, 89 car. Great, great, great pit stop for him. Bunnell in the 96, no problem getting to the front, but the 89 taking advantage right here. Great pit stop for that driver. He's going to go from 3rd, pick up a spot on Richard Holland. And that's going to put the driver of the 89 car in the 2nd position. So I'm telling you, he's hungry. He wants to win it. We've seen Bunnell challenged on a restart, and that was the last restart we had. And Holland in the 31 car able to go up there around the 96 car, but that didn't last a whole long time. But I'll tell you, as we get later into the race, if we get a caution, then all bets are off. We don't really know what's going to happen. That's all I can say there. But the way the stage worked, some of those guys, like the 31 was in second, so he scored 8, 9 points there. And you go from, you take 8 or 9 off of 28, and you're 19. You're 20 points. And then he's been running up here in the top 2 for basically the entire race. So the 31 car is trying to do what's necessary to lock himself in. But I'll tell you, this driver right here, he was on the bubble coming into this thing, and the driver of the 72 car has been doing what's necessary to stay in the top 12, which is bad news for, well, where's our next one at? He might be up ahead of him now, actually, so let's see here. Nope, Adam's back in the 21st position in the 9 cars, so he's got a little bit of work to do because he was 3 points behind the 72 coming in. So he might have to battle a little bit, but we're not going to know until it's over and I get the top 12 in the championship contenders. And I will get that when we're doing the post-race interviews here tonight. But we are now 2 by 2 behind the pace car, and the lights are out on that pace car. That means next time around we're going to go back to green flag racing here at Kansas Speedway. Front row is going to be the 96 of Jesse Bennell, the 89 of Jeff Yenish. Back there in the second row, you're going to see the 30 car Justin Gann and the 31 car of Richard Holland. And you see Johnny Avila 63 down on the inside. And he may be coming off pit road here, so I'm not sure what's going on with that 63 car. Well, I think he's just rejoining the field. He might have been running a little lower line down there. So Avila, 2-time winner here with the American Sim Racing League at Kansas. And he's one I wouldn't count out tonight. 96 car Bennell, your race leader. 89 of Jeff Yenish, second. Third, Richard Hollins, 31. And then fourth, the 30 car right there, Justin Gann. There's the 6th pace cars in. Coming up to the Geico restart zone now. And we are back to green flag racing at Kansas Speedway with the American Sim Racing League's Elite Series. Oh, Jeff Yenish able to get a restart there and kind of block the line of that 31 car. So the 31 not able to get a run. The battle back here for third. Jesse Bennell's doing what he does best, and that's getting away from the field. Holland's got Gann on the outside there. He's really going to send it to the bottom, but he's not going to clear the 30 car. Actually, they might have made a little bit of contact, too. So the 31 car trying to just clear the 30. As he's going to drive to the bottom of the track now, but Gann able to get a good run, keep good momentum. Here comes the 31. Going to slide up in front of him for the third spot. The 89 car riding in the second position. And we got some battle going on. Your top 3 knows to tell right now as the 89 car closes up on the race leader. He's actually going to take a look to the outside, and he's there. We'll see if he's able to stick up there or not. 96 working the bottom, and the 89 does. He's got a run. He's got momentum on the high side. And they're side by side for the first position once again. Jeff Yenish's 89 car, 96 car, Jesse Bennell dominating this thing. That 96 car leading the most laps here tonight. We got about 44 laps to go. And we're seeing another battle for the lead. So we've seen the 31 challenge him on the last restart. And now the 89 car is going after him on this one. And he's able to pull ahead a little bit. Yeah, Jeff Yenish leading the last lap. So Maybe the outside line's coming in a little bit better. He's going to use the momentum and clear him. Jeff Yenish, race leader at Kansas. Working lap 91 of 134. That's going to put Bunnell right back there in the clutches of Richard Holland's 31 car. And the 89 did it on the high side. I didn't think anybody was going to be able to do that here at Kansas tonight. But that driver proved me wrong. And he's trying to separate himself from these guys behind him a little bit. As we watch the 31 trying to do everything he can to get up there with that 96 car. 31 using the top of the track now. 96 car able to pull away from him. Battle back here in 4th, 5th, 6th. 30 car, 12 car, 26 car. Justin Gann in the 4th position here. 12 car, Cody Williams. And Bailey Dutton in the 26 car. They're working on each other pretty hard right now. Williams has a 12 car on the high side. He's going to get a little bit of momentum, but the 30's able to get in front of him here. That's going to let the 12 try to cross him over. Now the 30's going to use the higher groove. The 12's going to work the bottom groove. And no dice. 30 car keeps the 4th spot for now. They're going to side by side back here at this end, which I believe is 1 and 2. Oh, the 12 able to inch out, but not quite far enough to get that 30 car cleared. Meanwhile, back up front, the 89 was able to get up front, but he's not able to pull away from that 96 car. And that could spell trouble up here in the near future. I'm impressed with the way the 89 was able to get up to the front here using the high side. But he's since moved the car down to the bottom of the racetrack, and that 96 car is really working on his rearview mirror. Driver of the 89 looks there, and the 96 is he's getting larger and larger, is all I can say. That driver started P1 tonight, the driver of the 96, and he's been on a mission since the drop of the green flag. And we've seen him battle for the top spot a couple of times. We've had a couple of challengers, one being the 31 of Richard Holland. Now the other being the 89 here of Jeff Yenish. But it didn't take real long for the 96. Goes back, and he's battling for the front spot, the top spot. 89 car going back to the top of the track, though, and look at the momentum down the straightaway. He's going to fend him off this time. And he's going to go back to the bottom of the track. And the 96 is going to get another run off the corner right here. So there goes the 96 back to the bottom. 89 up at the wall and almost into the wall right there. That's going to make him probably check up and let the 96 go in front of him. 31 of Richard Holland, though, he's not far off. And you see the run the 89 got down the straightaway, used the momentum. And once again, he's able to kind of hang with the 96 car using the top of the track. And they're going to be side by side down the back straightaway here. So the 89 is able to do something in that top groove that I haven't seen many other cars do here at Kansas, and that's make it work for him. And he's fighting the 96 hard for that lead. In fact, he's going to be scored the leader that lap. So the 89 of Jeff Yenish, you can't count him out yet. Ooh, looked like the 96 car found another gear in the center of the corner, as he's going to now clear the 89 car. 89 right on the bumper, though. Look at the 31 now, Richard Holland. He's going to use the top groove, but the 96 car is going to try to He's going to try to wave bye-bye to these drivers once again, as the 89 might have his hands full with the 31 car for that second spot pretty quickly. Those drivers using a little bit higher groove, and meanwhile, these two are still going at it. 12 car, 30 car. 30 car's got the fourth position, and I think the 12 car might want it. I've seen them use one use the bottom groove, one use the top groove, one use, and in the next corner it would be opposite. So go back another position in the 25 car, the Coupe, Bradley Cooper. He's been coming forward too. So Coupe right here finding a little bit of speed at Kansas Speedway. 101 laps in now. And he's got the 25 car trending in the right direction. And that's towards the front of the field, sitting in the 6th position. Right outside of the top 5, he's got a teammate in front of him there with the 12 car, Cody Williams. And Bailey Dutton, we seen him up there battling for second earlier, riding in the 3rd position, but now he's back here in the 7th. So he started 29th tonight, so anything over that, well, that's progress. And certainly being up here outside of the, just, I don't know, barely outside of the top 5 and inside the top 10, that's definitely progress. Levi Poland in the 91 car. He's going to round out the top 10, and I don't think that's going to be the case now as the 75 car, Chuck Sweeting, goes screaming by. And it looked like the 91 car may have actually found the outside wall. Just slightly. He got it going in the right direction, and he's still riding in the 11th position here. Meanwhile, back up towards the front, 89 car hanging on to that 2nd position. While the leader, Jesse Bonnell in the 96 car, well, he's found 0.4 of a second over these guys now. We'll see if he can continue building on that lead here. And you are watching the American Sim Racing League at Kansas Speedway here tonight, the Elite Series. And this is live here tonight at Kansas, and great racing going on. Regular season finale, so last race before the chase begins next week at New Hampshire Speedway. And 12 drivers from the 29 driver field tonight. 12 of these drivers will lock themselves in to the Championship 12 next week at New Hampshire. That's where that's going to start, and it'll continue over 7 races. So 12 of them guys start next week is going to be fighting for a championship. And I can tell you there's about 15 of these guys that are fighting for those 12 positions. Easiest way to get it, go out there and win a race. That's the easiest. Jesse Bonnell leading this thing. Jeff Yenish in second, the 89 car, and Richard Holland rounding out the top 3 here, the podium. Laps are winding down, 106 and 134 now. Justin Gann back in the 4th position. And let's do it through the field from there. And there's a shout out to Coop, and we'll get back to him in a minute as we start going through the field. Right now we're on the 4th place driver. That's the 30 of Justin Gann. He started 5th. He's up to 4th, and Gann's had this driver's been on a streak lately. We talk about top 3 finishes. So he picks up another spot, and he's going to get back in the he's going to get another post-race interview. So go for it there, Gann. And look at the top 5 right here. This driver, the 25, Bradley, the Coupe Cooper. He started in the 21st position, and I checked on him a couple of times. He was around 17th to 20th, okay? Now he's in the top 5, and he's moving in the right direction. That's forward. So I'm telling you, the 25 car, he found a loud pedal, and he's using it. We'll go back to 6th, and we're going to find Cody Williams, and he might be under a little fire for that 6th position. We're going to find out here. Cody, though, started 15th, another driver who had to do a little bit of work to get up here. And he's been up inside the top 5 and rode up there for a while. He's been in the battle for several laps now. So Cody having a great run here. Bailey Dutton in 7th, though. He's trying to pick up maybe a spot or two on the 12 and the 25. And Bailey would probably like to get back in the top 5. Whoo, that was close. 26 car battling hard up here. Go back to 8th. You're going to find that driver of the 7 car, Hunter Waters. And I'll tell you, sometimes when you're running that low line in the corner and you come off the corner exit, that wall comes up quickly. I'll go back to the 9th spot. We're going to find the 2-time winner here at Kansas Speedway for the American SimRacing League, and that's Johnny Avila driving his 63 car. Johnny started 27th to 29th cars on the field. He's up in the top 10 now, but he's got a little bit of work to do if he's going to add win number 3 here at Kansas tonight. As we round out the top 10 with the driver of the 75 car, Chuck Sweeting. I seen Sweeting up here battling for the lead at the drop of the green flag and ran up in the top 3 for quite a while. He's faded back a little bit. He started 3rd here tonight, and he's faded back just a little bit, but I think Chuck Sweeting's still got a pretty decent hot rod there. Another driver who was up here battling, this driver, the 11 of Tyler Seville. He's sitting in the 11th position as we check on him on lap 112 here. Tyler started 12th, so he's running right around where he started. But we know the 11's got a fast car. Can't count him out if there's a late race caution. This driver, Jerry Cochran III, on the bubble when we come into this. And when I say on the bubble, he was 12th position in points. That's the final spot. Jerry Cochran III able to score a stage point or two at the end of the stage on lap the end of the stage on lap 50. But the driver he's racing just went around him. That's Adam Matz in the 9 car. Matz come into this thing 3 points behind the 72 car. And Matz needs to finish 3 or 4 positions ahead of the 72 car. I'm telling you, it's going to be a barn burner to get in the top 12 here. So we'll go back to 14th now. We're going to find Levi Allen in the 97 car. Levi started 6th, faded a little bit back in the 97 car, but that's only back to the 14th position, and looks like he's still got a clean car, pretty fast car, so maybe he can pick up a few spots before we get to the end of this thing tonight. We'll go back to 15th. We're going to find Charlie Woods right here. He's had a 10-spot gain since the start of it. He started 25th. He's up to 15th now. Driver of the 40 car, trending the right way here. 16th position, another driver. He started 24th, and he's trending in the right direction. That's 86 of John Sadu. Just outside of that top 15 and not real far outside of the top 10 here. Another driver coming forward, Ray Polking. Started 22nd up to 17th in the 46 car. So Polking having a good race as we hit 20 laps to go here. The bootlegger, Tommy Haynes, he started 16th, riding around the 18th here. Tommy had a little bit of damage on that car earlier. Possibly. Looked like he got the crew to take care of that, though. And Tommy probably not having quite the night he wanted here at Kansas tonight, but it's not over with, so go get him. 52 car, Jason Day. He's occupying the 19th position, kind of right back here where he started. It looks like Jason's got a pretty clean car to work with here. And we got 19 laps to go. We're going to go back and find the gentleman, Gary May, right here in the 5 car. Gary's in the 20th position here on the racetrack. He started 23rd, so that's moving in the positive direction. And that's what the driver of the 5 car's good at doing here. 21st position. He's got little damage on the car, but this is a driver I didn't expect to be back here. He's usually at the front of the field battling. But that 21 car's got some bent sheet metal on it, and I don't think it's quite handling the way that the driver of that car wants it to, and that driver's Todd Cray. Todd sitting back in the 21st position. So his race trend in the wrong direction, and you see damage on the car, but Cray has safely locked us safely in that top 12 at the beginning of this. 22nd position, you're going to find the 62 car, Stephen Ayers Jr., and that's 4 positions better than where that driver started tonight. We go back to 23rd, we're going to find Levi Poland in the 91 car, and he's picked up some spots too. Levi started 30th on the field, and that's possibly what we started, was about 30 cars. So we go back to 24th, and that's Bentley Glacier, but he's not on the track, and the 37 of Dylan Winters is on pit road. It's like we got Glacier, Kamara, Bromer, McBride, and DeSalinaire. Not on the, not currently in the facility. So back to your race leader. Close that out, and what do we got left here? 16 laps to go at Kansas Speedway with the American SimRacing League. And Jesse Bunnell, what can I say? He started P1, and he has been the class of the field here at Kansas tonight. He hasn't changed a thing. The driver hasn't changed the line he's using, and he's using it with perfection. And sometimes that's what it takes. Nope, not against these guys. That's what it takes, period, to win a race with these drivers out here. You got a lot of fast drivers and so many different drivers capable of winning week in and week out. As you see the 96 car clicking the laps off, and he's led a lot of them here at Kansas tonight. And go back to the second spot, you're going to find this driver. And, man, he picked the spots up, didn't he? He started 13th. He's up to second. Jeff Yenish right there in the 89 car. And I think we might even take a look at the weather here. You know, what's the track like? Track temp 118 degrees. It's hot, sticky even. Probably not. Hot and slimy would be more of the description out here tonight. The air temp, though, only 74 degrees, so nice here in Kansas. We're under caution. Oof to me. Whew. 62 car. He's missing a few body parts here. Have to figure out why. Oh, we might have found it. Oof. Contact right there, and it was heavy contact, and not good for a couple of these cars. And that's going to be a caution flag with 12 laps to go. That changes things. That erased a pretty decent lead for the 96 car. We've seen action on the restarts. So pull that seat up. Get ready, because this is going to be a good one. I told you it was going to be some kind of burner. Maybe not a barn burner, but some kind of burner. And we're going to see that tonight. Leaders are, you better believe they're absolutely going to be headed to pit road here. 96, 89, 31, your top three. 30 car in fourth. And don't count out the 63. He made it up to the top 5. 2-time winner here at Kansas with the American SimRacing League. And on a late race restart, that 63 car, he might have just what it takes to get up there. Will we see 2 tires, though? That's the question. Any of these drivers going to do that? Oof, 96 car. Got it a little crossed up, but he got it in the box. I'm surprised that they let that fly. But we don't. It's just the angle we're looking at. Man, the 89 car, great pit stop. Almost got him off pit road. So top 4 basically going to stay the same on pit road exit. Looks like they're going to do 4 tires here. And for a lot of those drivers, that was probably the 3rd and final set. Yeah, it's a pretty bad wreck back there, Lambo, so it happens, though. That's part of racing. That's the unfortunate part of racing. Nothing intentional there by anybody, I'm sure. In fact, I'm 110% sure of that. There's a bunch of good drivers over here at the American Sim Racing League. Really good people. I'm proud to be here in the broadcast booth week in and week out with these drivers. Have a lot of fun. Love talking to them in the post-race, sometimes during the race and before the race. So we talk to drivers quite a bit here. Our driver tonight was John Sanu, driving an 86 car. Made his start here at American Sim Racing League last week and had a strong horse. Ran into some unfortunate circumstances later in the race, though, and didn't quite get to finish I believe the 86 car was capable of. But he brought it back out here this week, and he's learning, and that's what it's all about. But this driver, I'm telling you, this driver right here, the driver of the 96 car, Jesse Bunnell, on the restarts, there's been a couple drivers that are able to battle him, but for the most part, this guy is dominated. But what do we got coming here with less than 10 to go? A restart. So can the 96 get a good enough restart here to kind of get away from the two cars we've seen get around them early in a run? The 89 car there, Jeff Yenish. 31 car, Richard Holland. Will the 96 push the tires a little harder this time to keep that top spot? How's this going to go down here? We're going to find out quickly. Lights are out on the pace car. They're 2x2, so we're less than one lap to go here to get a restart. There's 3 green-white checkers on tap, and we know that cautions can breed cautions, so this thing might not be over. You see a couple of drivers warming those tires up right there, trying to get a little heat into them. Hopefully they'll fire off quicker. They're going to have 8 to go right after the restart here. So it's going to be a battle. That's all I can say. Pull the seat up, strap down, get ready. This is what it's all about. We're looking for 12 drivers to lock into this thing and race for a championship starting in New Hampshire next week. So we got drivers that are racing for points here, and we got drivers that are racing for wins. Pace cars in. Watch for it in a Geico restart zone coming up right here. Right now. Green flag and racing once again. 96 car, brilliant. Beautiful restart. Side by side for second, the battle, 89 car, 31 car. You see the 30 and 63. They're putting pressure on, and the 31 using the bottom, almost cleared the 89, but not quite. 8 laps to go. Jesse Bunnell in the 96 car. He's trying to drive off into the sunset. Jeff Yenish in the 89, the 31 of Richard Holland. Man, that's close racing. That hurt the 89 car. He's going to fade back a little bit. Holland's going to go to the second spot. We're 3 wide for third. Johnny Avila working the bottom of the track. They're still 3 wide. Now 2 wide. Gann moving up into the top 3. 89 from second, back here to fourth. He's going to find the bottom and try to go after it. Richard Holland is going to try to find the gas pedal and go after the leader. Johnny Avila back here in a battle with Tyler Seville for the top 5. Avila working the top groove. Seville down on the bottom groove. And Jeff Yenish working hard on the 30 car, Justin Gann. So these guys from third on back, they're battling. Who's going to be the top 3 getting interviewed after this thing? Yenish taking the third spot back, just like that, Jeff Yenish. But man, where'd the 11 car come from? He's battling right back up here now, fighting for the 4th position with the 30 car, Justin Gann. 7/10 of a second separating 1 and 2. So Jesse Bennell, just like I said, he's on the he's pushing the tires this time. When that thing went green, the 96 shot out of a cannon, and he's going to show them exactly how he's been able to dominate here. Thank you, Lambo. That was that's a gentleman move to make right there, buddy. So 31 cars got company. Second place under fire. 89 car, Jeff Yenish wants it back. Yenish didn't quite fire off on that restart quite like I expected him to. But, man, once he got a couple of laps in and got settled down, he's headed in the right direction. But I'm going to tell you, it's probably a little too late because 0.5 of a second ahead of him. Jesse Bennell in the 96 car, he's riding off in the sunset. 2 to go. 2 to go right now, 96 car trying to sell her off in the sunset. But 0.4 of a second, the 89 car is cutting into the lead. And he's doing it in a hurry, but does he have enough time? Did he lose too much valuable time on that restart? That's what we're looking at. 31 of Holland, he's been fast the whole race. He's hanging on to the top 3 right here. But we got white flag out this time. One more time for the driver of the 96 car. He started P1, but can he finish there? And don't go away after this race. Who's going to lock themselves into the top 12? 89 car, a little bit of problems, it looks like, off that corner. That's going to put the 31 on his bumper, and he's going to go for it. Why Bennell is going to come off the bottom. 0.6 of a second ahead. Out of turn 4 to the start-finish line. Now, Jesse Bennell's going to start P1 and finish there. Your race winner at Kansas with the American SimRacing League. That driver, 96 car, Jesse Bennell. I have one of those. Let's see. There we go. You want to know how many laps he led? There was 134 laps when we took the green, and that driver was able to lead 120 of them while he drove himself all the way to victory lane. So heck of a performance right here from the driver of the 96. I'm taking a look back there because I want to see who finished where. Adam Matz was 9th, while Jerry Cochran was 11th. So pay attention when I get the updated point scenario after we're doing the interviews. But let's let this driver right here. We'll let him burn the tires off a little bit. We'll pause it so we can get a shot of his car. And I'm going to find that driver to bring him up here to the broadcast booth. I want to talk to him. He's in a team channel down there with a few other really fast drivers, including the driver of that 63. Two-time winner here at Kansas himself, the 63 car, Johnny Avila. And the 96 burning it down. We'll get a shot of that car in the grass right here real quick, and we're going to find that driver. Jesse Bennell, Vern Bradley in the broadcast booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Yes, sir, we do.
Man, I'll tell you, how nervous was you when that last caution flag come out there?
Pretty nervous, to be honest with you. We had a great car all night. Seemed like the only time they could really get to me was on the short runs there. So, yeah, I was a little bit worried about that, but we got it out front, clean air, and that's all we needed.
Yeah, it looked like on the restarts, the 31, I seen battle with you on one of them, and then later on it was the 89 car. And you had those guys starting second and third. And I wondered what it would be like. But, you know, with under 10 to go, was it just a stand-on-it thing on that last restart there, Jesse?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I was trying to save some tire once I was getting out front of those guys early in the race because I just knew was probably going to go long green flag runs, and I'm notorious for being quick but burning the tires off it. So I was just really trying to make sure I maintained a lead, comfortable lead. I think it was around 7/10 to a second, and it just worked out great tonight. Really, this is one of the best wins I've had in this series by far. It seemed like the other wins are super speedways or dirt tracks or something like that. This straight mile and a half, do performance like we did tonight was impressive. I think so. Looking forward to the playoffs.
Well, it's crazy because traditionally at Kansas you'd be right up at the wall to be the fastest, and you committed to a line tonight, and I'll tell you, you stuck with it, and you led 120 of 134 laps here. You absolutely dominated, Jesse.
Wow, I knew it was quite a few. I didn't know it was that much. Yeah, I ran this track in the official races there. I don't know, a month or so ago, and I was getting beat running the top. The fast guys were running on the bottom, and wasn't the fastest car in practice, but seemed like the tires maintained a little bit better down there than up on the top. So that's where we stayed, man. They couldn't touch me down there, so that's where I kept it.
So you learned something in the official races that helped you with that. Is that what I heard?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I mean, a different car. I think I was running the ARCA car and maybe a Cup car or something, but it seemed like the real fast guys always kept it on the bottom over a long run. They drove away from everybody else running on the top. So that's what I tried to do tonight, and it seemed to pay off.
Yeah, it's weird how Kansas has changed over that way. I mean, from going to a top riding track, and I've worked the bottom too. It works so much better now than what it did years ago. Or maybe we just didn't understand the bottom enough, Jesse.
Yeah, you get the sensation of speed flying around the top, but if you look at the stopwatch, it's not always the quickest way.
You're exactly right. It's the longest way around the track, and you certainly knew the shortest way tonight, buddy.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I just got to give some shout outs to my wife, Amanda, my mom, Barbara, my Aunt Lisa, Mike, and Kathy, VIP Tire and Service, my sponsor. I want to say hi to them and appreciate the support. I want to say hi to my teammates. AW Motorsports headed into the playoffs. I think everybody made it. I'm waiting to hear confirmation, but we're definitely going to give them hell.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the confirmation myself, and you're no stranger to victory. You had another victory this season, so you were locked in. But yeah, I'm waiting to get that final 12, and I'll call it out before the end of the broadcast. And I would ask you, if you had anyone to thank or shout outs, but you beat me to it.
Yeah, gotta get those sponsor plugs and thank everybody that lets me do this and everyone that watches. They really enjoy watching me run out here on Sunday nights, and y'all do a great job on the broadcast. So we appreciate what y'all do too. I want to say thanks to Jeff and everyone for putting on the league. They do a phenomenal job.
Well, I got the points update. Oh, let's see here. Points. Bentley, Glacier, Tyler Seville, Steve Yennis, Jeff Yennis, Justin Gann, Todd Cray, Hunter Waters, Jason Day, Jerry Cochran, Johnny Avila, Joseph McWhorter, and yourself, Jesse Bonnell.
All right, good deal, man. We got all four in, so that's great. They're going to be in trouble.
And Adam is eliminated by a tiebreaker. So that Adam Matt's rough night for him there. Jesse, congratulations once again. Second win of the season. New Hampshire. It's going to start off the chase. How do you feel about your chances there?
Pretty good actually. That's really my home track. I grew up in Maine, so I know it's sim racing, but I always kind of take New Hampshire a little bit more serious than the rest of them.
There you
Normally
go.
run pretty good. Normally run pretty good there. The rest of the guys run good there, especially Johnny. So maybe I can get a few points from him, and we can finish up front next week.
There you go, man. Good attitude to have. Good luck to you next week, and good luck to you over the next 7 weeks racing for a championship, Jesse. Congrats, buddy.
Congrats. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yep, you have a good night.
You too, sir.
So right there, Jesse Bonnell, your race leader. And now I'm going to go back to our second place finisher, and I'm going to take this off. He almost got there. Not quite. So we're going to get Jeff Yennis here. Jeff Yenish, Vern Bradley in the broadcast booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Hey, Vern, how you doing?
Man, I'm doing great. And I'll tell you what, I really thought you might have had a piece to get up there and challenge at the end, Jeff.
I did. I kind of blew that restart there. I'm not sure what happened, but I got loose a little bit, had to save the car, got put 3 wide, and by the time I recovered, I was too far behind Jesse. I definitely sent it the last few laps.
I was watching, under the caution there after you guys come off the pit road, and it looked like you and the 96 able to warm the tires up a little bit, but it didn't seem like they fired for you there, Jeff.
No, not quite. I was kind of struggling with that all race and just wasn't real comfortable on the restarts. Didn't feel like I had enough grip to really be aggressive till I got a couple laps on them.
But you, you brought that car from 13th to get up there, so you had a little bit of work to do here at Kansas tonight.
I did. Just had to pick them off one at a time. It was a fun race. Definitely, it was nice to have some long green flag runs here. It's one of my favorite tracks. It sucks coming up short, but credit to Jesse. He was definitely the class of the field tonight.
Yeah, the 96 car was tough, and I only seen a couple of cars after restarts able to get up there and battle around them, and you were one of them. So pretty impressive, and that's why I thought on the short run there that you might actually have the hot rod to beat.
I felt like I did. If I was a little closer to him there after the restart, I could really make time first 5 laps or so on the tires. Not having to worry about saving them. And just was too far back. That's what happens.
Well, you look good in points. Definitely a good showing this week here at Kansas, and heading into New Hampshire for the first race of the chase, and you're locked into that top 12 there, Jeff.
Yeah, that feels good. I think I got myself up to 4th in points, which is good. That'll give me at least a couple of playoff points to work with. Wish we could have gotten some wins and some stage wins during the season, but we'll have a little bit of a hole to dig out of to make sure we advance, but not a bad start for the playoffs here.
I'm kind of seeing a momentum swing a little bit.
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah, we've been pretty good the last few weeks.
It might be the right time for the driver of the 89 car to really go after the championship in these last 7 races. And I think you told me earlier I might have to wish you a early happy birthday.
Oh, well, I have almost a month for that. I forgot whose birthday it is, though. Yeah, you were right.
Someone's birthday is it tomorrow?
I can't remember. Maybe it's Adam's.
Well, whoever messaged me earlier said their birthday was tomorrow, and I thought it was you that messaged me, but it might not have been. Was it
not me?
It was Patrick. Yeah. It was Patrick DeSalinier, so I got it wrong.
Yeah, he didn't have the birthday luck tonight, that's for sure.
So we'll wish you an early one anyway if it's next week or next month, and Patrick tomorrow. So he's our
I'll take it. I'll take it my birthday week because that'll be during the playoffs. That'll be a little more valuable.
Yeah, and it's usually you that sends me those messages, so that's what confused me. I had to go.
Yep.
I had to.
Yep.
It puts the first name smaller, so I had to go back and look through there to see who that is. But man, great run tonight. The battle with the 31 car that got pretty good there on that last run.
Yeah, that was pretty intense. I got lucky to get up on his outside there, and it's just really hard to defend when you got someone to your outside here at this track. So
you made
run as fast as I did.
You made that line work probably better than any other driver I've seen tonight. And
yeah, I love riding the wall. It's fun.
You actually were able to get around the 96 car doing that, and it really surprised me. I hadn't seen anyone be able to do that all night long, and you did it.
Yeah, too bad I couldn't hang on to it, but yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Well, you'll get them at New Hampshire, man. So you get another shot at it next week. Do you have anyone you want to thank while we got you in the booth here tonight, Jeff?
Yeah, thanks to you guys for broadcasting. It's always great to watch the broadcast each week. Obviously, the league has a bunch of great sponsors: Kitty Cat Coin, Law Chevy Buick, SimRacer Hub. We got several other sponsors. I can't remember off the top of my head, but appreciate their support. And thanks to all the drivers it's great to have a 30-car field again this deep into the season. Looking forward to great playoffs.
Yeah, that's awesome to see, man. And then I appreciate everything you guys do for me and let me come up here in the booth week in and week out. It's a lot of fun.
You got it, man.
All right, Jeff, have a good night and good luck to you going into the championship chase, buddy.
Appreciate it. Thanks a bunch.
Yep, have a good night.
You too.
Jeff Yenish right there, finishing in the second position. So we got another interview coming up for you. And let me rewind this thing, see if I can find this car. Might be difficult. Some of these drivers jump out of the cars, and then I gotta go back rewinding things a little bit and look for that driver. But we know who it is, so I'm gonna go get him. In a minute, I will. There's that car. I'm just going to keep backing it up on the rewind until I see it, but right now I'm going to go ahead and move the driver up here. Richard Holland, Vern Bradley in the broadcast booth. You got a copy, buddy?
I got you, Vern.
Man, I'll tell you, I know you were battling for that top spot to kind of lock yourself into the chase there tonight, Richard, but fell a couple spots short, buddy, but it looked like you had a pretty fast 31 car.
Yeah, this thing was pretty good, man. It didn't take off, or I didn't take off as well as some of the other guys did, so those cautions hurt me. But I don't know, that the leader there, he had that bottom figured out. He was working it, man. He was fast down there. I couldn't do anything with him. I could stay with him pretty much, but when I started searching around and trying to find something that worked, I would lose ground to him. And as long as I ran the top, I could pretty well stay with him, but I really couldn't gain anything on him. But yeah, car was actually pretty good. It was a pretty good race. Felt good all night long, and I wished we could have gotten the win. But like I said, he had the bottom figured out. He was really, really good down there.
I seen you figure something out on a short run on a restart that put you at the front of the field, and
Yeah.
it was in the middle of the racetrack. So tell me what made you make that move.
Well, I was thinking the whole restart, that I was going to be on the outside, and I was worried about getting freight trained because it had happened. I was a beneficiary of it earlier in the race where I was on the bottom and I was able to pass 3 or 4 cars. And so I was kind of thinking about it, and I was like, man, I remember them guys going way to the outside. So if I kind of take that middle and kind of pinch them guys down, I might be able to get a run off the middle through the middle. And it worked in the first corner, and it worked really well in the second corner. So I don't know, just hadn't tried it yet, but I just something I tried, and it worked out really well for us.
Do you think that may have abused your tires a little bit more?
Yeah, because that was the same run where I went up there and caught the leader, and I actually was able to get around him. And I think I used it up pretty good. I even told the guys that during the round. I said, I think I've used it up. So, but I had to do something, I had to go outside the box and try to do something different, and I figured if I went up there and challenged him, and track position's so key here, you just didn't know what would happen, get him behind me. And
that's what I loved about it, man. I mean, you were on the outside looking in, and you were doing everything possible and just throwing everything you had at it.
Yep, that's exactly what we did. Yep. So unfortunately it didn't work out, but had a lot of fun tonight. This thing was a hot rod.
It landed you on the podium, and I'm wanting to think you probably couldn't be no more than 13th or 14th in points.
Yeah, I missed last week, so it is what it is.
That's
you miss a race, and if you don't make it, you don't deserve to be in it. So that's the way it goes, man. But I wanted to make it because you never know. Once you get into it, you never know what will happen. And I feel like we've been running really well the last few weeks, and
the momentum's swinging for you, man.
Yeah, I know. I had some family stuff that I did, nothing bad, but just some stuff I had to do last Sunday night, so I couldn't race. So, but it is what it is.
Here's the deal: we still got 7 races left in the season, and I know there's some of those tracks coming up that you're really good at, Richard. So, I don't think you're going to race any less hard for the win than you would have before.
No, and I mean, me, I don't want to be someone that is a factor of the championship, So
right.
But we're going to race hard, and we're going to go for wins. I'd like to win a race in this league. That's something I'd like to do. We haven't done yet, so we're eyeballing victory lane, Vern. We're trying.
Man, I'll tell you, getting closer and closer for sure. And on the podium here, little bit of damage on the back bumper. Was that a courtesy of a restart, or?
It was. I tried to find Chuck after the race and apologize to him because that was my fault. I spun the tires on one of the restarts, and it was unexpected. I don't know. I think I had a little bit of wheel kind of turning down, and it just got loose, and I had to get out of it real quick. And I knew the minute I did, I couldn't grab the button and say anything. You know how it is on those restarts, and he ended up running the back of me, and I felt like shit about it because, the last person I want to get into is Chuck. I mean, I respect him and his racing and racing over WFO with him. I mean, the guy's nothing but a class act. So I hated that for him and the fact that it was our fault. And I tried to find him after the race, but I couldn't.
Well, I'll tell you, when this thing went green tonight and you started back there in the 7th position, within 4 or 5 laps, you look like a driver on a mission.
Yeah, well, like I said, we were. I knew we had to win tonight. And that's just kind of the way it was. I mean, we tried to get all the stage points and all that, but I knew that the only way we were going to get in was a win. So we were gunning for it, but unfortunately, we just came up short.
Man, when you throw everything you had at it and you were able to accomplish what you did out there on the track, I'd say that you gotta walk away with a win from that, Richard.
Yeah, no, we feel good about it. Feel really good about it. Like I said, this thing was a hot rod tonight. We were up front, top 3 basically all night, really, for the most part, and good pit stops. Had a good race. I'm happy with it.
That last restart, man, I thought you and the 89 car was probably going to give that 96 a run.
Yeah, I know. I don't know if him and I got battling. I don't, not really sure what happened there. I felt like the car just didn't. It didn't. I felt like I didn't take off all that well on most of the restarts. Anyways, I know I had a couple good ones, but that one there, I just felt like it just didn't want to go. Like I just could not. I don't know if I was overdriving it or what, but I struggled finding the speed there early on to get up to them guys.
Well, you able once again to get in the top 3, man, and you put on a great show out there. Richard, you got anyone you want to thank why we got you in the booth tonight?
Well, first and foremost, I want to thank my teammates, Brad and Cody. They're tonight racing with them guys, and I always like racing with them. They're great guys, and we have a lot of fun together, work well together. So I would like to thank you, Vern, for doing these broadcasts for us. Everybody, I think, likes going back and watching these, and it's a lot of fun, especially if you run good, and or win or whatever it is. But and you do a great job, do it for us and the fans, so we appreciate it. And I just like to thank everybody that has anything to do with the league, running the league, all these drivers, man. This is a super competitive league. That's why when you run well, you run in the top 3 or whatever,
it feels like really, a win.
It feels like a win, and it's very satisfying. Yeah. I mean, you drive your ass off if you're gonna, finish in the top 5 even, or even a top 10. I mean, it's crazy, So, yeah, I just want to thank everybody we race with, and these guys for putting on this show.
I'll tell you that you mentioned that sometimes I'll laugh before the race starts, and because I'm looking at the field and I'm like, I don't even have a clue who's going to win this.
Yeah. Oh, I know. That's pretty crazy.
Each week you're going to have a different guy that's just a alien at the track.
That's right. Yep.
It's crazy, but man, I'll tell you, getting closer to that P1 spot, Holland. So I don't think you're too far away, man.
Yeah, we're gonna do our best to get a win. So we'll see.
Well, congrats to you for your 3rd place, and man, you put on a heck of a show tonight. You guys, you really did. You and the 89 car, and obviously the 96. It just great battling. I mean, you were the first one all race long able to get up there and get by the leader. So pretty impressive feat.
Yeah. Like I say, pretty good. Pretty happy with our run. So. But thanks a lot, Vern. Appreciate it.
Well, congrats, man, and I'm sure I'll get you in the booth before the season's out. We got 7 more races to go, so I'm sure we'll get you back in here again, Holland. But have a good night, buddy.
Yep, you too, Vern. Thanks.
Yep, you're welcome. Hopefully I moved him back to the right channel. I did. Oh, there's 2 of them, but one's spelled with a K and the other C, Outcast Motorsports. So I take a shot in the dark every once in a while. You just do what you got to do. So that's your top 3 interviews. But we got a top 12 in points. It's going to be on the website, I'm sure, pretty quickly. And I'm going to go take a peek there myself, if I don't mind doing so myself here, and I don't know what I'm doing. There we go. Click the wrong thing there, so we'll try it again. What am I even doing? There we go. We'll try this. Yep, it is updated on the website. And there's a link to the website in the description of the stream here, but I'm going to go over that top 12 one more time. Actually, yeah, we'll do that, and then we'll do the points. I'm going to slide this over here, right here, and we're going to put the this actual picture of the web page of the point standings, the driver standings here. So we can go over the top 12 real quick in points and your 12 chase drivers that are going to start racing for a championship starting at New Hampshire next week. So we'll cut it off at that line for 12th place. There was a driver. Actually, I think that driver missed it on a tiebreaker, so this is not correct. So we're going to close that out. Because that is not correct. I have the correct one in a message here. So I'm going to close that and move that away. And I'm going to have to tell them to you because I can't put it on the screen, but I'll have it where I can put it up there next week. Your 12 or your chase drivers start next week. That'll be racing over 7 races to be a champion. All of them are going to race, obviously, but these drivers are going to go for a championship. Bentley Glacier, driver of the 24 car, the 11 car, Tyler Seville, 27 car, Steve Yenish, 89 car, Jeff Yenish, 30 car, Justin Gann, 21 car, Todd Cray, the 7 car, Hunter Waters, Jason Day, 52 car maybe? I might have that wrong, but Jerry Cochran, the 3rd, in the 72 car, Johnny Avila in the 63 car. The 73 car, he was absent tonight, but Joseph McWhorter got himself locked into the championship chase. And, of course, your race winner tonight, Jesse Bunnell. And Adam Matz was eliminated by a tiebreaker. So, and that was over best finish. But that's your drivers that are going to be racing for the crown, the championship over the next 7 races, and that's going to start at New Hampshire Speedway. And that's going to do it. We got the results page we're going to pull up, so I'll go over that real quick. And then I'm going to wrap the stream up tonight here at Kansas Speedway with the American SimRacing League Elite Series, and I'm Vern Bradley in the broadcast booth. And let me find my results page. Got it. I think we got a little background music for that. Once again, your race winner. And, man, he led a lot of laps tonight, about 120 of them to be exact, of 134. That's going to be Jesse Bunnell, driver of the 96 car. Back in second, the 89 car, Jeff Yenish. Richard Holland's 31 car rounded out the podium here at Kansas. Back in fourth place, 11 of Tyler Seville, the 63 of Johnny Avila, 5th, the 30 of Justin Gann in the 6th position. 7th was the 26 of Bailey Dutton, and the 75 of Chuck Sweeting was 8th position. Adam Matz just missing out on being one of those championship drivers in the 9 car. He was 9th. Back in 10th, the 12 car, Cody Williams. So Cody having a good top 10 run here tonight at Kansas. 11th place, the 72 car, Jerry Cochran. Back in 12th, the 7 of Hunter Waters. Johnson News 86 car, 13th. The 40 car, Charlie Woods in 14th. And 15th, the 52 of Jason Day. The bootlegger, that's the 17 car, Tommy Haynes in the 16th spot. 17th was the 21 of Todd Cray and the 46 of Ray Polking in the 18th position. Levi Allen's 97 car 19th, and the gentleman Gary May in the 5 car is going to round out the top 20 here. 21st position, the 62 of Stephen Ayers Jr. And the Coupe, Bradley Cooper in the 25 car is going to bring it home in 22nd. Levi Poland's 91 and 23rd, and 24th was the 24 car Bentley Glacier. 37 car Dylan Winters in the 25th position, while the 02 car of David Kamara in 26th. 27th, the 90 of Kyle Bromer. The 53 of Thomas McBride in 28th. Patrick DeSalinier's 93 car in the 29th position, and then 30th. Rounding out the 30th position there, Steve Yenish in the 27th. And that's it. So that's your results tonight. And that's basically the results tonight. So that's the Kansas results here. Next week, New Hampshire. Again, everything is in the description there on the broadcast. If you look below what you're watching on the screen, you'll see the description. And there's a link to the webpage, so you're going to be able to go there and check out all the points or anything else that you need to. All the information pertinent to the league here. And if you want to join the league, you'll find that stuff there on the website as well. But I want to thank everybody that tunes into the broadcast week in and week out, all the drivers over here at American Sim Racing League, and, of course, the admins and the owners. I appreciate it very much. And it looked like I got the birthday wish wrong, but we're going to fix it now. So happy early birthday to Patrick DeSalinier. I'm pretty sure I got that right, but I'll check it just to be sure so I don't, don't necessarily embarrass myself like I did earlier, but I'm pretty sure that's it. Yes, it is. Patrick DeSalinier, happy early birthday to you, buddy. And we'll see everybody next week for Chase Race number 1. That's right, New Hampshire. Whew, I thought we had fun at Kansas. We'll really have fun next week. That's a fact. New Hampshire will be fun, and, you got 12 guys racing for a championship and 30 or 40 guys racing for a race win. So that makes it even more exciting. But I'm Vern in the broadcast booth. You've been watching the American Sim Racing League Elite Series at Kansas Speedway tonight. And that's going to do it for me in the booth, and I'm going to close this thing out. I want everybody to enjoy the rest of their Sunday evening, and we'll see you next week on Sunday when we're at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. But that's it. Make sure you like. Throw comments in there if you want to. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and share it. Send it out to some people. Good racing action over here at the American Sim Racing League. But that's it. Have a great night, and I'll see you next week.